After 24 hours of using the Threads app, what do you think? Now, here are some of the important details I think I need to share with you all after 24 hours of using the Threads app by Mark Zuckerberg. Without wasting more time, let's get right into today's video.
Welcome back to the SJS vlog where we talk about fashion, lifestyle, and entertainment.
FJ.
So today,
With the strength of a woman, Shejackiesays. With the power of a woman, Shejackiesays. Everywhere she goes,
What's cooking? What's popping? SJS Nation, SJS fam. It's your girl Shejackiesays, and I am back to be seated here doing content like this with you. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. I set out to do a video like this, work and other stuff. But today we are here to talk about Threads Up. So yesterday, a friend of mine was like, "Nah, you are an early adapter." I was like, "Yeah, early adapters. Here we are," and I'm pretty sure early adapters are trying to gather here to watch the video. So if you don't know what Threads is, Threads, not the thread, as I can see on my microphone, not that. Oh, that's magic. Not the threads like this, but the Threads app. So go right now on your App Store or Google Play. Really, App Store or Google Play Store. Just go there and search for the Threads app, and basically, it's an app like the redefined version of Twitter. Yes, and that is by Meta Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg owns Facebook, Instagram. No, I nearly forgot. WhatsApp is also part of Meta. Yes, let's get back right into the video. And now a new app called Threads. And it's got a lot of people talking. Personally, I was there yesterday. And so far, I think I have 200, almost 300 followers. Yay! Shout out to all my 300 followers. And I learned a couple of important things, which I am about to share with you. Now, if you automatically download the Threads app, it sort of connects your Instagram. So it's like your Instagram followers can actually see you on Threads when they also download the app. So when I downloaded the app, I could easily follow people, and I still follow people who are not yet on the Threads app, so that when they open the app, they could see that, oh, at least they have one follower or something like that. So that feature is also this. And one thing I realized that when it comes to the Threads, that people I had blocked on I had tried to block a couple of people on Threads, but it took me right back to Instagram, where it showed me the number of people I've blocked. So those people kind of have access to my Threads. So automatically, if you block someone on Threads, it's still like you've blocked the person on Instagram. So that is one thing you need to know about Threads. And you can easily get lost in a conversation. What is like Threads? Twitter also has Threads. Read this thread. Now, Mark is really smart. Shout out to Mark Zuckerberg. So yesterday there was this whole argument where Mark apparently has hired ex-workers from Twitter. So workers who Elon Musk actually sacked, fired, or whatever. Now Mark has actually hired them, and that is a bold move there. And Elon is trying to sue Mark for using the whole features of Twitter to build. I don't know how that will go, but it's not everything that is on Twitter that is on Threads, because Threads you can't really see the whole discover thing, because on my show for Pep Talk I usually use the Twitter discovery thing to help look at trending issues on the app. But I'm pretty sure it's a new app, and they'll put in some new features as to see what people are actually talking about and get it right there. Because people are new there, it's like there's a lot of, it's like jumbled up, it's like chaos all over. People are just putting, there's a whole lot of ideas. And one thing I like about the Threads app is when you go onto your home feed, you can equally see the people that you need to follow. It's just like Instagram, like people that you don't follow sometimes it just pops on your timeline feed. So that's one thing about Threads app. Now, in less than 24 hours of being on Threads, I've realized that this app is very, very addictive, because yesterday I was stuck. The conversations keep on coming, like they're all in one place and they keep on coming. It's just like TikTok. And let's see how this goes, because I feel like it's going to be very addictive. For the past 24 hours, I've been addicted to my Threads app, and I even forgot to go on my Twitter and my other social media apps, apart from WhatsApp that I use on a daily to communicate like very important messages every day. I realized that I've been using my Threads app like very constant. I woke up this morning and I am using my Threads app. I had to post there, and the communication there was a bit easier and all that. And now people are moving from Twitter because of the whole limited post on Twitter, where people are, those of us who are unverified are limited to see 600 posts. Those who are verified are also limited to see like 6,000 posts in a day. Which I always argue with a friend that how can you even view 6,000 posts in a day? It's like you probably have nothing to do. But then we have people who actually can watch 6,000 posts in a day. So yes, that is another angle, another thing that I realized about the Threads app. Very, very addictive, which might be in a cool way, might not be in a cool way. But even though it's addictive, you can limit your addictiveness by setting a limit to yourself where you can take a break. You can actually take a break from going onto that app. So like it's really there, like 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes break, or never. Like you can also the features are there, you can actually use them. So at least you can take a break from the app, because at the end of the day you can't be staying on your phone forever. It's not good for your health. And one thing I realized on the Thread app is hashtags do not really work. So this morning, the video I posted a post, it was a picture about people saying that if you think all men are the same, why is your man still broke? And I realized I got a lot of feed. I was just trying to do a testing before I come and talk about this video. I realized that you don't really need a hashtag. But when it comes to Twitter, sometimes in order to get your post out there, you need to follow the trends. That is one thing. But I don't really know if that is the new thing when it comes to Threads. I just posted it and people started seeing it. People started commenting on it. People who are commenting on it are not just my followers, but people who had actually seen my post on their timelines this morning. So basically, hashtags do not work on the app. If you want hashtags, go back on Facebook or go back to Twitter. And another thing is the quality of the video. So I posted a video yesterday. The quality is still maintained. But when it comes to quality, especially on Twitter, I'm not really a pro at that. As I said, I don't really do tech videos. In as much as I always post videos on Twitter literally every morning, trying to remind people to be good to themselves, I don't really view the quality of my videos. But I realized that, because Instagram is much more of videos and pictures, so it's like it's easier for them to replicate that into Threads. So the quality of the videos is literally the same video quality you put on Instagram. So when it comes to quality in terms of videos on the Threads app, I'd say that Threads, it's like on top when it comes to that. Yeah, pretty much. I think I can confidently say that quality is top notch than Twitter. Not here to do comparison though, but most of the important things I've observed on the app. Talking about the fact that this app is also addictive, when I created a thread this morning, a post is a thread. Yes, that's a thread. So on thread we thread, on Twitter we tweet, on Facebook we Facebook. On Facebook is a status. On WhatsApp is also a status. On Instagram we Insta. Anyways, but I know on thread we thread. So the thread I posted this morning, I realized that a couple of posts where other people can also thread underneath the thread, and it will be like a thread inside a thread, which will be missed inside a windmill.
What?
I don't know if I'm making sense, but all that I'm trying to say is that is what makes this addictive, because I realized that I had to go through all the threads to reply everybody's comments. And on Twitter, I think it's easier for you to like segregate them and just like, now this ain't your thread. But on Threads, it's like the threads are there and you'd have to like be reading everything, which is addictive because you spend much time trying to get through all the threads and see that, okay, because I'm someone, I hate ignoring comments from followers or people who are following my content or whatever thing I post. So pretty much I would want to just reply them and make sure that we are on the same page, because if I come on your page and I post something and you don't actually reply, I'm sure I'm not going to do that again, because there are a couple of people on Twitter that I'm not sure I'm going to be following on Threads, because I commented on their posts, not that they are like big people, not they are like influencers or top notch people or whatever. I try to follow them because of they're cool and whatever, but I follow them and they never, sometimes I comment and they don't even comment back. I'm like, okay, I'm not going. Yesterday I saw the pop-up thing on my threads and I said, no, I'm not following them here. This is like going to be me and me alone. So when it comes to thread, I saw a couple of people are really gaining. The early adapters are on the app trying to see, like doing the whole follow thing. People, the big question is, do you think, you watching me right now, do you think that threads would stand the test of time? Clubhouse came, and during COVID time, people hopped onto Clubhouse. I still have Clubhouse, but I rarely go there. I don't remember the last time. I think having been on Clubhouse in a year, the app has been on my phone since. I don't really go there. Apps have been coming, but now this is like from Mark. A lot of Mark has like a lot of users on most of his app, with Facebook, with Instagram, and now Threads. We hoping that, because a lot of people, it all started with when Elon tried to do this whole, make the whole app not really. I feel that Elon tried to make the app not easily accessible, and Mark tried to make it like turn around. Okay, so you are making your app not easily accessible, then I would rather bring an app which would make it easily accessible for all people, because at the end of the day, it's all social networking. Now, Elon is there trying to make money, and Mark is also trying to make money, but in a smarter way. So it's like working smarter, not harder. That is kudos to Mac. So basically, these are a couple of stuff that I realized on the app, and it's intertwined. So one thing is I also try to change my username, because when I downloaded the app, on Instagram, I am idol underscore Jackie, Jackie says. The Jackie, I couldn't change my actual name to Jackie says. The idol underscore Jackie has been there for a very long time. I tried to change it back to get the whole Jackie says to synchronize with my Twitter, because now most of the social media apps are Jackie says. In as much as you can still see the Jackie says. I comment on people's posts as idol underscore Jackie, which I didn't really like. I think it should have like this flexible means where you can actually make it different from your threads app, like your info on your threads to that of your Instagram. So probably pretty much when you are downloading, try and look at that. Well, I was so much excited and I was in a rush to enter the app that I forgot to make that changes. And I tried doing that yesterday, but it didn't work. I'm hoping that during the day I could fix that changes, and if there's an update, I'll leave it in the comment section underneath this video. One thing you need to know is that deleting thread means you're deleting your Instagram account, but what you could do is deactivate your Instagram, deactivate your thread. So that is how it is. Like you've intertwined them. You didn't intend to, but you did. So if you delete this automatically deletes. But what you can do is deactivate this, make this useless, and still use that. So that is for people who have questions when it comes to deleting the account and all that, because pretty much in the moving forward, some of us might actually not be all that social media active. Everyone on Instagram has a Threads account, which you haven't used, but it's just dormant. That is one thing you need to know. That's the secret. Everyone has a Threads account without you even downloading it. Once you're on Instagram, you are literally on Threads. It's intertwined. That is crazy, because someone out there, my mom might be on Instagram, she doesn't know anything about Threads, and she doesn't know she's even on Threads. That's really interesting. That's the matrix of it. So these are a couple of important things I learned on these apps, which you might find useful, especially for someone who is still asking questions. Because I've got friends who are still asking me questions when it comes to the Threads app. Should they hop on? How is the app like and all that? If I would recommend the app to someone, yes, you could recommend the app to someone like 60% wise. I could, because it's relatively new and I feel it needs, to me, I don't want it to be exactly like Twitter, but it could be much better. That is one thing. It's much better in Twitter in some ways, but Twitter is also a bit better in it in some ways. So basically, it's new. It's just like a day old, and we're hoping for the best in the future when it comes to Threads. So let's keep threading, and I'm on there as Jackie says. Let's follow each other. If you find this video useful, let me know in the comment section. And remember, I'm still on a quest to reach 100,000 subscribers, which people out there believe that it's very difficult for me to reach, but I'm pretty sure I will get there very, very soon. Thank you guys for watching today's video. This is one of my very unusual videos, but I'm sure it came in handy to a couple of you. Still your girl, Jackie says, your hostess with the mostest piece, and I am out.
She goes every day, Shejackiesays. With the strength of a woman, Shejackiesays. With the strength of a woman, Shejackiesays. With the power of a woman.